Hi, it's Rachel again, and welcome back to what are we going to do with this? In this series, we are taking unusual and not so unusual veg and making it the main ingredient in a fantastic meal. So today we're going to be making Thai corn fritters. And there's quite a few bits and bobs going into the recipe, and I'm going to give the rundown. You'll need the following ingredients. We need 2 corn on the cobs, 100 grams of plain flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 3 medium eggs, 75 millilitres of milk, 3 tablespoons of green Thai curry paste, and some coriander leaves. Okay, so this is how it grows in the field, and you can see the silk that grows out of the top of it. I mean, what we have to do is pull all of these leaves back, and it's quite soft actually, and but the sweet corn and in the base of this is really crunchy. And I found that these are obviously delivered to us in this manner from Riverford in our veg box, but I've found to keep them in the actual leaves is the best way to keep them fresh in the fridge. So what I'm then going to do is just cut it off at the end and pull just a few bits of these off, and as it boils the rest of these will come away anyway. And these need to cook for between 5 and 10 minutes in just hot boiling water, and then what we're going to do is we're going to let them cool, and then we'll take the kernels off. They'll be a lot easier to get off at that point. Ready for the rest of the recipe. Okay, we'll cut back after that. Okay, so the pan's nice and hot now with the water boiling in it. I'll put about a teaspoon of salt in there, and now I'm going to just pop the sweet corn cobs in there, corn on the cobs in there. And they need to boil for between 5 and 10 minutes until the sweet corn is tender. And what we'll do then is, as I say, we'll cut back when they're cooled down to take the sweet corn kernels off the cob. So we're going to talk through making the simple batter mix really. And so what you need is the plain flour and the baking powder in the bowl. And then what we're going to do is we're going to break 3 eggs in. One, 2, oops, put a shell in there, 3. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to whisk that together. Try and incorporate the flour, break the yolks on the eggs. And as it's coming together, just need to add a little bit of milk at a time. It's going to make quite a thick batter because there's only 75 mils of milk there, so it's not a lot. The aim is to get it quite smooth, so I'm going to give it a good whisk around. Try and break up those bits of flour that could be lurking dry underneath. Add the rest of the milk now. And as you can probably see, the corn and the cobs are bubbling away nicely in the background there. They don't have long to do, so that's the batter made. And what we'll do is we'll cut back when we're adding the rest of the ingredients into the batter. Okay, so the sweet corn kernels, cobs have been in the pan for about 10 minutes now, so I'm just about to take them out. We've got to let them drain and cool, and we'll cut back to that in a couple of minutes. Hi, we're back, and the sweet corn's cooled enough for me to hold on to it, so we're going to just cut the kernels off. Ooh, bit of a clunk there, sorry about that. Okay, and coming off nice and easy actually, it's quite easy to cut through. Try and get all the kernels off. Take that edge down, then do the other end. Okie doke. That's one. And I'll do the second one. Ooh. Hasten to add, I use the bowl and not just straight onto the chopping board. It just fly around a little bit when you cut it off. They smell lovely actually. I mean, sweet corn is a lovely smell anyway, but they do smell really fresh and really nice. Okay, that's those done. I'll just break them up with a knife a little bit, and we will cut back. And we're going to now add the Thai green curry paste. You need to add 3 good tablespoons into the batter. It looks quite yummy. 2, 3. Give it a stir. And then we're going to add all of the sweet corn kernels in. Don't want to miss any, leave any in the bowl, so let's get them all in. And then we're going to add in the coriander leaves, which I've just chopped up. What I have noticed with coriander, and this is an interesting point, is that it goes a bit wilted and a bit awful if you leave it on the plant. So we've tended to freeze ours, and it does seem to last a bit longer, and it's okay, perfectly great actually, straight out of the freezer to use. So that's quite a useful point. Okie doke. It's starting to smell quite spicy now, and the mixture's not too thick actually. I thought it might be a bit thicker than that. So what we're going to do now is put the pan on. Okay, so the batter's ready to cook now, and what I'm actually going to say is the sweet corn cobs do come in different sizes. So if the batter looks a bit thin, add a bit more flour. If it looks a bit thick, then just add a little bit more milk. It does obviously depend on how large the actual cobs are. So anyway, I've heated the pan now. It's nice and hot, and I've used canola oil spray in my pan, but you do have the option to use sunflower oil or vegetable oil or coconut oil if you wish. The recipe will lead to that. That's fine. So what we're going to do, the pan's nice and hot, is we're going to put some in. And they're going to need to cook for 3 or 4 minutes on each side. And they look really nice actually. The curry paste has given it a a hint of sort of brown in colour, but you can see the sweet corn kernels and the coriander leaves coming through, and the curry paste flecks throughout it. I'm going to be serving this today as a starter type dish, and I would serve it with some sweet chilli dip or something like that, but it's up to you. I think you probably use them as an accompaniment to something like jerk spare ribs or something like that if you wanted. So we're going to flip them over now. They look lovely actually, all slightly browned and speckly. They're lovely. So they're going to cook for another couple of minutes on that side, and obviously you might want to keep the batches warm, so you could put your oven on low and cook them just a few at a time. They're going to only take about a minute I think on the other side by the looks of it, so if we just turn them over so you can see, they're nice and brown. I'm ready to go. The smell is amazing actually. That Thai curry paste comes through really, really well through the dish. Yeah, this is a nice quick recipe to do actually, and the last couple I've made have been a bit longer to do, but we thought we'd give you something that was a bit quick and easy to make, something you could make when you get home at night for your tea. Nice and simple and straightforward to do. You can see actually the batter is bubbling away on the top there. It's a good indicator that there's enough heat getting through, and it's cooking the fritters inside as well as just the outside of it. Okay, let's give them a look over. Turn that pan down just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to put 3 in the pan this time. You can really see the flecks of coriander in there. And as I say, they don't take long to cook at all. They're a really ideal recipe. Actually, they're really nice cold, and you could have them in a packed lunch. We've tried them that way as well. Just, you know, put some sweet chilli dip in a little sealable container, and they're great for a lunchtime snack. And, as I say, we're planning to serve them with some salmon fillets, I think, today. But as I say, they're really good as a starter dish. So you could just serve them with, say, some sweet chilli dip. They're really nice. Pretty tricky, that one. Let's get in there. There we go. This recipe actually serves 4 as a starter. I think in the end we're going to make, out of the mixture, we would make around, I think in the end you'd make around 8 or maybe 10 pancakes out of it, depending on the size you make them. Okay, so they're cooked now. I'm just going to give it a taste. With a bit of sweet chilli dip there, they were lovely. The sweet corn is still really crunchy. The Thai curry paste comes through. but it's still quite subtle. The coriander, you can taste it. It's really, really tasty through the dish. And this is nice and filling. This actual recipe does suggest it could feed 4. And as I've said before, I think we've had them cold as a lunch pack with some sweet chilli dip, and they're terrific and they're really filling. So I'm going to recommend that you give them a try and let me know what your thoughts are on that. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like down below, that'd be great. And any feedback that you've got on the recipe, if you've made it particularly, I'd love to hear that information in the comments down below. And we're also going to be putting all of the information about how to make this recipe. We've enjoyed making it today, and I hope you really enjoy cooking it.